Con at saka Con-As. Meron pa isa, yung People's Initiative. Hindi ko na makakalimutan. Pag-usapan po natin, kasama po natin ngayon ang constitutionalist po ito, former COMELEC chairman. Nasa linya po natin si Attorney Christian Monsod. Chairman, magandang araw po.
Magandang araw po.
Opo, na lumutang na naman po ito, Chairman, yung pagbabago ng saligang batas. Para po sa inyo, Con-Con o Con-As?
Hindi, bakit kailangan ng amendment?
Marami daw pong mga terminology na kailangan na bigyan ng kahulugan. Ito ho yata yung ipinanganak. Ito ho yata, Chairman, yung unang-una, yung fourth with. Yung fourth with muna ang pinag-uusapan yata. Kaya nga na-touch ito, Chairman.
Nako, excuse lang nila yon. Kasi yung fourth with naman, look at the dictionary. Hindi, ngayon, kung hindi sila marunong magbasa, ibang usapan yun.
Opo. So, parang malabo daw po ito sa Constitution. Kaya, because through this Con-Con or Con-As, marami daw pong lalagyan ng mas tama at saka mas appropriate na meaning yung mga terminology sa saligang batas, Chairman.
May listahan ba sila?
Yun daw po yung mga pag-uusapan at ilalagay doon. Parang yung pinaka-guide, lalong-lalo na po doon sa... Natatawa kayo, Chairman.
Wala silang listahan eh.
Kapag...
sabihin nila kung ano, kasi alam niyo, ang isa yung question na House and the Senate will vote separately or jointly. Di ba? Kami naman, inamin namin na dapat dinagdagan namin yon, yung provision na yun to say separately. And pero since that time, there have been meetings with the Constitutional Commissions, the House and the Senate. So if you look at I think Section 145 of the Rules of the House, nakalagay doon that for yung amendment or revision of the Constitution, the process will be like ordinary law. Now, in ordinary law, the Senate and the House vote separately. Sabihin nyo, basahin nila yung sariling rules nila. I think it's Section 145, the Rules of the House. Na-solve na yun that the vote should be separate. Because it doesn't make sense na voting jointly, tapos there are only 24 senators or over 300 congressmen. Binabaliwala mo na yung Senate. You don't need the Senate. At you can always overrule the Senate by vote. Hindi ba? Dapat separately. That 3/4 of the Senate and 3/4 of the House ang kailangan in order to amend or revise the Constitution. Tapos na yung solve na yun eh. Solve na yung problema yun, inuulit pa nila. siguro hindi nila binabasa yung salaring rules sila. No?
Settled na pala, may proseso na pala, Chairman. Bakit ba natin pinag-uusapan to?
Na-solve na yun eh. Kasi nga, we admitted anyway na talagang dapat sinabi namin voting separately. But we justified it, pinag-usapan namin kung bakit dapat voting separately. Because ordinary law, voting separately, what more amendments or revision of the Constitution?
Hindi kaya, Chairman, wala na talagang tiwala itong mga tao na nanawagan sa mga nakaupo ngayon?
Ay, ibang usapan naman yun. Ikaw naman. Ang nagpo-propose ng charter change, ng mga nakaupo. At hindi ba, at saka kung basahin ninyo yung mga previous proposals ng House or Senate, basahin previous proposals nila, it doesn't make sense anymore. Kasi, you know, there have been 6 attempts at changing the Constitution. 6. Okay, yung kay Ramos, Pirma, yung kay Estradang Concord, yung kay Arroyo yung Sigaw ng Bayan, Arroyo yung voting jointly, kay Arroyo yun eh. Tapos yung joint resolution of Congress na proposed by Speaker Belmonte to amend the economic provisions lang. At yung number 6, yung Duterte proposal based on the study of the Puno Committee. Of those 6, 4 were already shut down by the Supreme Court. Yung kay Ramos Pirma at saka yung kay Arroyong Sigaw ng Bayan.
Opo.
Yung apat were withdrawn voluntarily kasi walang public support, including the Duterte endorsement of the Puno report to Congress in 2018. Ngayon, yung Puno proposal is for a federal parliamentary system. Right? Now there will be 18 something like 18 federal state or federal governments. Ang ginawa ni Duterte, withdraw niya yung proposal na yun in 2019 because he realized that when you have these 18 dictators at the regional level, ang mababawasan ng power siya. Diba?
Oo.
So, withdraw niya yung proposal.
Opo. Paano po kung pagbibigay lang ng definition po doon sa nasa loob ng saligang batas? Kasi isa rin ho sa mga binabanggit dito ay yung consideration po ng mga pinagbasihan ng batas, isasama na daw po yung digital, especially, Chairman.
Ano problema? Anong parts? I want them to tell me which phrases or words or whatever it is in the Constitution that they are confused about. Kasi, di ba? I think our problem is that 73% of our people say that they know very little or nothing about the Constitution. Kasi hindi yung teaching the Constitution is so important na dapat yan malaman nila, in the schools. Pero 73%, masyadong mataas yun. So, kung babaguhin mo yung Constitution, pero 73% will not know anything about it, wala mangyayari. Kasi ang problema natin, we are not implementing the Constitution. Yan ang problema natin. Because it's, sabi nila, we'll address poverty with growth and so on and so forth. But it is not only about growth. It is also about addressing the problem of inequality in political, social, and economic terms. Di ba? Yan ang problema natin malaki. Di ba? Hindi lang yung magkaroon ng growth. Kasi nakakaroon tayo ng growth, lahat ng profit at saka mga napupunta sa mayaman. Kaya ang nangyayari, lumalaki yung assets at saka pagkayaman ng mga elite, no? There was a column or a study that was released a few days ago, yung top 11, top 12 and so on. Pero yung mga mahihirap, they're not getting a fair share of the benefits of economic growth.
Okay.
So it's Chairman, yun ang ating problema, right?
Opo, tama po yan. Chairman, so paano po ito? The next thing ba, the best thing to do is to come up, ano yung mga problema sa konstitusyon natin, ano ang ano ang gagawin, ano ang purpose, anong bahagi ng konstitusyon. Tapos let's decide if it's con or con-as, Chairman.
I want to know from them kasi if I take the proposals to date, right? Okay. Ang proposals to date, for example, sabi nila, yung education, lalagyan nila ng unless otherwise provided by law.
Yes.
Do you know how harmful that is to our country? Nasabi nila the running of schools and so on shall be Filipinos unless otherwise provided by law. In other words, sabihin ng Diyos, itong eskwelahan na ito, inchik ang may-ari, silang magpapatakbo ng eskwelahan. Di ba? Can you imagine what the influence of that to our people? Yung inchik yun nagtuturo sa kanila at ang emphasis is the Chinese. Chinese, all right? Then sa akin, for example, ang problema natin, corruption. Sabi nila, hindi, we need foreign direct investment, so kailangan baguhin natin yung ating yung constitutional no. Pero if you look at our study now, ang dami na nating batas na, for example,
I agree.
yung public utilities.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Public utilities, pwede na ang telecommunication, pwede na ang transportation, pwede na yung yung power yung EPIRA. Power generation can be 100% foreign. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng brownout. Sabi ko, bakit daw? Kasi constitutional may-ari. Hindi, sabi ko, paano magiging they will blame the Constitution. So sabi ko, bakit Constitution biniblame nyo? Ang problema natin is kulang ang generating capacity.
Resources.
And it can be 100% foreign owned. Di ba?
Opo.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Go
Because
ahead.
I used to work for Meralco.
Opo.
Kasi itong mga foreigners who want to invest in power generation, they want to have a take or pay provision for 20 years. In other words, whether you take or you must pay for it para guaranteed ang profit nila. Hindi ako pumapayag sa mga foreigner na gano'n. Right?
Opo.
So hindi ang constitution ng problema.
It's the implementation.
Di ba?
It's the tama po, Chairman. Opo, Chairman, ako, kailangan meron tayong part 2, part 3. Marami pa ho kung gustong itanong. Wala na ho akong oras. Chairman, maraming salamat po sa oras na binigay niyo po.
Hindi, isa lang sasabihin ko sa inyo.
Go ahead.
Sasabihin ko. Alam mo, yung sinasabi ni Marcos na 73 billion pledges investment in the Philippines.
Apo.
Di ba?
Apo.
Yun sa trips niya. There is not a single one of those pledges na nagsasabi kailangan ng charter change. Wala. Basahin niyo din ang ating Philippine Development Plan na 2023-2028. Ang chairman yan, of course, is the president of NEDA. Right? Sabi nila, we're open for business and all, and so on. In its 400 pages, there is no mention at all of charter change to accomplish the development plan.
Yeah. Okay. Chairman, maraming salamat po ulit sa binigay nyo sa oras na binigay nyo sa DWIC po. Thank you po, Chairman.
You're welcome.
Former COMELEC Chairman, Constitutionalist si Attorney Christian Monsod. Ronda Pilipinas!